Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. Today we go to Daytona in both the Xfinity Series and in the NASCAR Cup Series, so hopefully we can have a good run. We've had chances to win at this racetrack in the past, but we just never have quite been able to make it happen. But hopefully today is a day. But we have Natalie Decker in the car today for the Xfinity Series, and she did not qualify well at all, as it is so hard to do so at these plate tracks in NASCAR Heat 3. But she would quickly get down to the bottom lane as they went down towards turns 1 and turns 2. But Natalie, it was really just a race of struggles for her here in Daytona, as you see Matt Tiff leading the field at this point as they came through out of turn 2 going down the back straightaway. But Natalie really wouldn't improve that much. She would get up towards the top like 25, and then she would run into trouble at about the midway point through this race, and it would completely take her out as she made contact with the 66 there, and she went down to the apron, came back up, made more contact, and around she would go into the grass, making contact with Ty Majeski, and a big wreck would ensue from that there, and that would completely take Natalie out of this race as she would come through to finish in the 40th position. So just a driver error on her part has taken her out now, so not a good point stay for us, and certainly maybe looking like we don't necessarily need her in the car for future races, but you know, we're going to give her another chance or two because it's Daytona, so she'll certainly be in the car a couple more times before the playoffs start, so hopefully she can rebound with her next race. But now we set our sights on the Cup Series race here in Daytona, so hopefully we can have a good run. Qualifying is always going to be tough for us here, and as we come through turns 3 and turns 4, this is on our second qualifying lap at this point. I knew we had a little bit of speed in the car in qualifying, but I know it's probably not going to be top 20 as we come down the front straightaway, heading down towards through the trial where we're going to come across the line to run a 46.412, and we will start Daytona in the 26th position. Jimmie Johnson just behind us in P27, so hopefully we can move forwards here in the Daytona night race.
Tonight, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series returns to Daytona International Speedway for the running of the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Now, we're halfway through what has so far been a thrilling regular season. Several drivers have already clinched their spots in the playoffs. For those on the outside looking in, a win and you're in. The winning here is never easy. The racing action at Daytona is as hot and unpredictable as the Florida weather. We're all set to go 400 miles. NASCAR racing is next.
All right, we're ready to go green here for the the Coke Zero 400, in Daytona. Ross Chastain crashed during qualifying, so he will be starting in the back with a backup car. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. failed optical scanning station multiple times, so he's starting in the back, as well as Joey Logano gets ready to start from pole here in Daytona as we start behind the 88 of Alex Bowman in the Nationwide Chevy. And we're ready to go green here in Daytona. A chance to maybe get a first plate track win as the green flag is out. And we are underway for the Daytona night race. On the left rear now already of Kyle Larson as we come through to cross the line. Joey Logano has had a solid season. He looks to continue that here in Daytona with a victory possibly today now as we head down towards turns 1 and 2 for the first time, surrounded by 3 Hendrick cars of Bowman, Byron, and Johnson is the other Hendrick car of Chase Elliott's quite a ways up ahead there towards the top 10 now as we come through the center of the corner. Chris Buescher actually qualified second. Not a good start for him though as he quickly fades back as we come down the back straightaway for the first time, just trying to stay on that inside lane as Daytona is really the only plate track though in this game. You can actually make both lanes work in my opinion. I've made the outside work here a handful of times, but usually the bottom still prevails over that top lane as we come down through turns 3 and turns 4 side by side with Jimmie Johnson, who, like we say every episode, is looking to change his season around, and which could be his final season possibly in our NASCAR Heat 3 career mode, as there's some rumors that Johnson might be considering retirement after this NASCAR Heat 3 season. But as we come down towards turns 1 and turns 2, we would be able to edge ahead of the 48 and clear Jimmie Johnson there as we look to the left-hand side once again of Larson, as there's a bit of a checkup just in front of me there as we come through out of turn 2. Now right on that left rear of Larson, I give him the space he needs. Now we're going to make a 3 wide with Bowman and Larson as we come down the back straightaway behind me. Not a lot of help as Byron wants to stick in line with his teammate of Bowman as we head down towards turn 3 behind the 38 of David Reagan as we go 3 wide up ahead between Brendan Gaughan, Kyle Busch, and Matt DiBenedetto as we come through turn 3. And we would continue to stay on this inside line by the time we came to lap 5 and 9 in the stage, working our way now up to P20 as we had passed Kyle Busch and Matt DiBenedetto and such, and gotten inside the top 20, now passing these cars and we were trying to make a move to the outside of Jamie McMurray as we came through to the front straightaway now, approaching lap 6 behind Dillon, making this outside line work as I decided, you know what, it's early in this race, we might as well see what we can do up top here in Daytona, see if it's at least going to work out better than Talladega did. Right now, the outside wasn't the most organized, but I figured we'd still could give it a shot anyways as we come through out of turn 2 side by side with the 40 of Jamie McMurray, giving a shot to the bumper to Dillon, and we would stick on this outside as we came to the white flag in the stage. I couldn't really get to the bottom, so we were still stuck here in about 16th behind Dillon with Jamie McMurray on my inside as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 on this final lap in stage 1. Kurt Busch way up towards the wall right now, and that might cause a bit of a checkup if he tries to get down now as we come out of turn 2. McMurray going to make it 3 wide as we're going to try and go 3 wide up the middle between McMurray and Dillon. We're going to give a shot to the bumper to Brendan Gaughan as we come down the back straightaway now for the final time in stage 1 through turns 3 side by side with McMurray. We make contact with Dillon, and now we hit the wall as we come through turns 3 and turns 4, and we hit it again as we come through out of turn 4, but we hang on to the car and lose a handful of positions down to 22nd or 23rd as we come through the trial, but we're going to get P25 now, I think, or 24th in stage 1. We certainly could have finished better than that, but I made a slight mistake. I just moved up the track just too much into Dillon, but thankfully we escaped all of that without any damage as Clint Bowyer won the stage. We would not come to pit road, so we would obviously get ready to restart in the same position we finished stage 1 in. But all the cars behind me would come to pit road, which is an interesting call because I think they'll have to pit either way at the end of stage 2 as we're ready to start the second stage here in Daytona as the green flag is out and we are once again underway alongside the 8 of Daniel Hemrick behind Matt DiBenedetto. You see damage there on the right side of the car from when I got in the wall a couple times coming through out of turn 4 on the final lap of stage 1 as we immediately have an opportunity to jump down behind Hemrick because William Byron and Kyle Busch behind us had awful restarts, so we were able to get in line behind Hemrick now, looking to the inside of DiBenedetto and the 51 just about of Cody Ware as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. Clint Bowyer at this point leads the way as we come down the back straightaway for the first time in this second stage. Behind us, William Byron looking to build up a bit of a run in my mirror as he's going to close in pretty quickly on my back bumper now as we head down towards turns 3 and turns 4 as we're going to stick our nose up the inside of Daniel Hemrick. A little bit of a late move there on him, but we make it work as we come through turns 3 and turn 4. I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive here at the beginning of stage 2 just so I could try and regain those positions that I lost at the end of stage 1 now as we come through the trial. We're coming through to complete the first lap in this second stage as we sit P22 as we had crossed the line there side by side with the 51 at this point of Cody Ware as we go down into turns 1. Clint Bowyer continues to lead over second place of Brad Keselowski and third place of his Penske teammate of Ryan Blaney's. Bubba Wallace also sits P4, so he's having a good run. He usually runs really well at these plate races, so Bubba Wallace is always a threat when we come to Daytona and Talladega as we come down the back straightaway trying to edge out Dillon for P21 as we get into the back of Daniel Hemrick there, giving him a shot to the bumper as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4, slowly moving our way to the top 20, and we would move our way to the top 20 now as we came to lap 6 of 9 in stage 2, all the way up to P12, passing some of these cars, including Ryan Blaney and Brad Keselowski, who had drifted backwards, and as we came through on the back straightaway now of lap 6, looking to the inside of Landon Cassill as we come down the back straightaway, heading down towards turn 3, so we try to move up into the 11th position past him and close in towards a top 10 as the outside line up ahead clearly not organized at all as we have really just Bubba Wallace at this point, but a few cars would get up there as we came to the white flag now in the stage, and the stage would end early due to a caution as I couldn't find what caused it, but either way we would end stage 2 just a little bit early and get P10 as we would have to come to pit road. We only have 5 laps of fuel as Martin Truex Jr. gets a playoff point for winning the stage, so we'd come to pit road, take 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires, and you see we lose 2 positions simply due to repairing the damage we picked up at the end of stage 1 when we got into the wall. So we get ready to restart in the 12th position for this final stage as the green flag returns, and we are once again green here in Daytona. We have less than 20 laps to go to decide a winner in this race, 19 to be exact, as we give a shot to the back of Austin Dillon, trying to get the best restart possible on this outside line, as usually the outside checks up pretty good here as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Martin Truex Jr. out front right now as you see the checkup from the outside line up ahead. Whoever's was on the front row on the outside is now 3 to 4 car lengths back as we come down the back straightaway, and it looks like it's Brendan Gaughan leading this outside line, so not what I really would like to see at this point as we head down towards turn 3 side by side at this point with the 2 of Brad Keselowski as he won a championship championship in, I believe, season 3 of our career mode now, as we come through turns 3 and 4. Actually, I think he won our season 2 championship, if I remember correctly now, as Chris Buescher looks to my inside as we come out of turn 4 through the front straightaway, just maintaining my lineup here on the top as we come through the trial. We're coming through to complete the first lap in this final stage. Landon Cassill behind me with help from Ryan Blaney as we head down towards turns 1. Really just looking for an opportunity at this point to get down to the bottom. But when you're up top at Daytona, it's not the end of the world. You know, at Talladega, it's not good at all. But Daytona, you can, like I said earlier in the episode, you can make the outside work here as we battle alongside the 2 still of Brad Keselowski. And I certainly felt like we had maybe top 5 speed in this car, but we just haven't had the opportunity to show it now as we come down into turn 3 and turn 4. Still plenty of time left to get ourselves up towards that front as we come through. Keselowski looking way to the bottom as he's going to make it 3 wide with Ryan Newman and Austin Dillon in front of us. I have to get out of the throttle just a little bit there, as now I have a chance maybe to get to that bottom lane. I'm going to try it, but it's not going to work there as McMurray would stick his nose up my inside. As we came down through the back straightaway, though, we would be able to get in line behind Jamie McMurray. And as we came through now to lap 32, we had passed McMurray and been back up to P12, making it 3 wide with Harvick and Keselowski as we go through turns 3 and turns 4, moving ourselves into the top 10 as we make a 3 wide pass on them both and clear them as we come out of turn 4. And as we came through on the back straightaway towards the halfway point of lap 33, behind Chris Buescher now, as we sat P10 behind me, Brendan Gaughan and Harvick battle side by side, as we would continue through on lap 35 behind Bubba Wallace and P9 now, coming through down to the trial, coming across the line, closing in on the final handful of laps as the 43 goes spinning in front of me, and he goes down towards the inside. Well, a violent hit for the 43 of Bubba Wallace there as he got airborne, but surprisingly, the green flag would stay out as it clearly looked like the 43 blew a tire or something. He went around, nailed the inside wall, and got airborne. I don't even think there's a safer barrier there. Thank goodness it didn't happen in real life. But we would work our way up to P5, just a couple positions more as we came through. Approaching 2 laps to go at this point as Joey Gase was leading as he battled side by side with Clint Bowyer. I'm sitting, like I said, P5 as they were starting to get a little bit unorganized as I have an opportunity to look to the inside of Buescher as we come through. Joey Gase currently leading as we come through to take 2 laps to go. Elliott and Bowyer hungry right behind, but now we have gotten ourselves into this battle for a potential race win here in Daytona. As behind me, we have our Joe Gibbs Racing teammate of Martin Truex Jr. as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 side by side now with Clint Bowyer. Like I said, we gotta be careful around him. We don't want to mess with him, otherwise he'll come fist fighting me with his helmet on now as we come down the back straightaway. Elliott, a chance to look to the inside now of Joey Gase, and he does that as Elliott currently has 1 win coming into tonight, but he makes a move for the lead into turn 3, and he's trying to make it 2 wins now as we approach the white flag here in Daytona as we try to close in, try to fill that gap between the 9 and the 66 as we come out of turn 4. Bowyer still on my right hand side as we come through. The white flag is about to be in the air now as we cross the line. The white flag is out, and we look to the inside now of Joey Gase as we come through the exit of the trial. We're heading down towards turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time. Elliott in command, looking for win number 2 on the season to tie my amount of wins as well as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time. The only problem is Gase is still on my right side as we're not quite able to clear him, and that's probably going to hand the win to the 9 of Elliott if we can't figure something out here quickly as we come down the back straightaway for the final time here in Daytona. Gase still on my right hand side, but we clear him going into turn 3, but it doesn't look like we have the run as Elliott coming through turns 3 and turns 4 still in command. Truex right behind me as we come out of turn 4. Big pack of cars hungry to get a win, but it's not going to be enough from anyone other than Chase Elliott, who will come through the trial to get win number 2 on the season as we would come through to finish second for I think the 3rd time or 4th time in the last 4 or 5 races. So we didn't finish second all season, and now we've come into the, I guess, the summer months of the schedule, and now all of a sudden we're finishing second every race. So not what we need to be doing. Hopefully we can turn these into some more wins soon, but either way we're getting great points today, so I can't complain too much at the same time as Jimmie Johnson once again with an awful finish as he continues to struggle here in our career mode this season, as we do still sit pretty good in the point standings now as we complete the 1 top 10 that we need out of 2 for our incentive contract. Some drivers not very happy with me due to really probably just me trying to bump draft them, and they usually don't like that at these tracks, unfortunately. But at least Brad Keselowski is happy with us. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be incredibly, incredibly appreciated. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time out of your day, like I always say, for watching one of my videos. It means a lot for me. So hopefully we go into the next episode, Kentucky, a track that we usually run fairly decent at. We can usually qualify real good, and then we kind of struggle a little bit more, but we'll see what we can do as you see the playoff grid, see if Austin Dillon can continue to hold that last playoff spot. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.